Way back in the early days of my channel, I played some Ark. And then a little later on, I started to play the Isle, and with that came many people asking me to play Ark, most likely not knowing about the absolutely horrendous videos that I once made. So we're back. I'm playing Ark PvP once more, despite still having close to no experience on it, and well, here's how that went. This journey started with the character customization. I'm pretty sure that it's meta to just make the smallest person possible, so that is exactly what I did.
Are you the one I've been?
No, I'm here on Ark for the first time in years on this channel. You can't tell because my screen is black. Alright, fixed that problem real quick. But anyways, I'm here on Ark Survival Evolved. My PC cannot run Ascended well enough to make videos. But I was sitting there, and I've been wanting to make Ark videos for a minute now. And I guess now I was just like, you know what? Let me just do it. Why am I waiting? I started this journey the same way that all Ark journeys start, which was with me punching a tree for wood and thatch, and then making a spear to kill some dodos for hide. One thing I didn't miss about Ark Survival Evolved is the blinding drops and the sun. Where is it? It's covered. The sun is brutal. After that, I went on a quick note run to get some levels. I don't care. No, please stop talking. He's so loud. During this note run, I was able to get enough chitin to make a pteranodon saddle. Alright, tame up a pteranodon. That is going to be the goal for now. I then set up a foundation to make some narcotics, and when that was done, I immediately went out and tamed a bird. Go to sleep. Thank you. Oh my god. Hello, compies and Dilo. And a calico. When the bird was tamed, I started flying toward the redwood, planning to build a base there because it would be close to pretty much every resource that I would need later on. But when I got close, I saw that they had Maywings here, so I decided that I would tame one of those and ditch the bird because they are significantly faster when it comes to getting around the map. Is he trapped? I think he's trapped. It would be really funny if he just jumps out of here too. It works! Let's go. That works. Alright, tamed up. Awesome. How do I make your saddle? Let's throw you in a cryopod for now. You're mine. With my Maywing tamed up, I found a place in the woods where I could hide my small shack that I plan to live in for a bit. Live in this little hole for now. I immediately started cooking up metal and made a smithy so that I could make a Maywing saddle. This is terrible. Terrible placement. Oh my. I eventually had everything to craft it, and when I did, I took the flying platypus out for a spin. I stopped by a mountain to get some metal before leaving to get some other resources. Alright, that should be enough metal for now to kind of get us going. We will need like polymer though and cementing paste and stuff. So let's go kill penguins. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Oh, I saw it last second too, dude. After dying to those turrets that I only saw for about 2 frames, I did the only thing that I could do, respawn. But not at my house because I didn't have a bed. So I made a small hut in the woods where I spawned and got all the materials that I would need to make another Maywing saddle and some basic tools. When I eventually had a full set of armor, I went out to tame another pteranodon. With this new bird, I picked up my little shack and then left to tame another Maywing. Hopefully that'll work. Please don't be able to jump out. 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 Perfect. Oh, I have no cryopods. That's unfortunate. Looks like you are gonna have to be stuck here forever. I'm sorry, but I tamed it and threw a saddle on it, and then I made my way back to my hut and started getting the resources to make a fabricator. Crystal and oil. Oil might be interesting. Alright. We're gonna go, I guess, to the Arctic area. Because I know that there would be crystal in the cave, but clearly can't go there. Oh, oil! I forgot there's oil out here. I was over here thinking I'd have to go to the ocean. I got oil from these rocks and then started to kill some penguins so that I could have polymer ready for later. Ooh, lot of spam. Ooh, crystal. Yeah, so somebody built there. I was wondering, like, when am I going to see somebody building on one of these islands? There's got to be one. Oh, I'm so sorry. You don't have a name, but I deeply apologize to you, Maywing. I gathered a bunch of crystal and oil before heading back to my base. Alright, I think we have just about everything we need. Alright, we have some stuff crafted, but this base is not big enough for it all, clearly. So we're gonna move. I picked up everything that I owned and I looked for a new area that I could build a new base that would be able to hold a fabricator in it. So I flew around the map looking for a place when I realized that I was near Hidden Lake. I thought for sure somebody would have built in there, but I figured I would check it out just to see. That would be when I saw this. Whoa! What is this? What is this? That's unfortunate. What was that? What did I just find? I had no idea that place existed, dude. So yeah, I lost everything that I owned because curiosity got the best of me. And well, I once again forgot to make a bed, but this time I just decided to run to where my base was because I still had a pteranodon there. When I got there, I started to gather resources to make a bigger base, but decided to keep it close this time. Alright, I am right now, this very second, officially deciding that I will live in these woods. I'm just gonna make a little shack, and we will make it so unbelievably safe from any harm. The base was eventually done, and when it was, I went out once again to tame a melee. Alright, our house is now done. Look at us. Let's get the essentials in here. Oh, wait, speaking of essentials, a bed. We're making a bed. I'm tired of spawning in no man's land because I'm stupid and didn't make a bed. Well, anyway, fabricator will go on this. All right, now I hate to be that guy, but this pteranodon staying right here on neutral until I could find a cryopod to bring you back home. I took my new tame out to get some drops that would hopefully have cryopods for me. There we go. 2 big old cryopods for the 2 pteranodons actually that I have just kind of out and about in the world. Once both birds were put into cryopods, I went back to the Arctic to do the same exact thing that I did before. When I got back to my base, I made a fabricator and rearranged some things so that it could fit. New fabricator down here, fully covering my beds, of course. It was right there. Then I wanted to make some turrets so that my little stone box could at least have some defense, but to do that, I needed silica pearls for electronics, so I made my way to the bottom of the ocean and got some. Here we are. Oh, force field. I don't see any turrets by this force field, so I feel semi-safe stealing from here. After getting the pearls, I went back and realized that I still needed polymer because I didn't get any before, so I went back to kill some penguins and then was finally able to make some turrets. I made a generator so that they could be powered, and then I needed bullets, but I didn't really have any charcoal to make gunpowder. Alright, we're gonna go out here, not right next to my house, and like hidden between rocks so people see it and are like, what is this? We're just gonna place a bunch of these. We're gonna get a bunch of wood and just start cooking it. Just for as much charcoal as possible. With that wood burning, I made the little amount of bullets that I could. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do now, since I have a base and I have sort of, you know, a setup here, is I am, one, going to put this pteranodon in here. Because he has a saddle. You're there for when I inevitably die and lose everything. But, we take out this guy. And we're gonna go drop hunting. Whoa. We're gonna go look for drops. I went around getting a few drops, but I didn't really get anything good, but I did find a small hut in the redwoods. This hut is new. We're gonna blow into that later. I went back to my base and made some rockets before going back to raid that base. I have no idea if this is like an actual house or not. It wasn't here before, I would have seen it. You know what, let's just go blow it up. So I refuse to believe that there's a possibility that somebody logged off in here. With stuff. Yeah, it's empty. Let the dust settle. Make sure there's no bags, but I did not think there'd be anything in there. But first successful raid, right? We raided a house. Look at us, team. Alright, that was a waste of resources. Alright, well, while we have rockets, let's go look for more stone huts that may have some stuff. I flew around looking for more small bases and eventually came across this small metal box. We have a metal 1x1. Do I use all 3 of my rockets to try and break in? I think I do. Nothing. Come on, people. We can't be putting up these 1x1 little huts and have nothing in them. Now I have no rockets. Where's the fun in that? After going 0 for 2 on raids, I continued flying around until I came across another giant structure. What is that? What is that? What is this? Is this someone's house? There is a base in there. Their door is wide open for you to walk on in. What is this? Like, what is this structure though? I then flew around once more, grabbing whatever resources I could find that I thought I might need and looking for a place to build before coming to the realization that I couldn't find anywhere to call my new home. Alright, I cannot find any like little rat hole places, at least that I know of, to build in. So what I think I'm gonna do is try to go to a different server. Like take my stuff, it's a cluster, so I can go to any map and see what the other maps have to offer. Not only in terms of base locations, but also player count and bases to raid. That's really what I want to do. It's like I can't find anywhere to build, but I also can't find any other houses. So I went and packed everything up before going to Red Ob and transferring to Ragnarok. Once there, I spawned in Vikings Bay and I started flying around to find somewhere to live because I currently had every single thing that I owned on my body. Oh, hello. I did not mean to... Okay. I did not mean to interrupt whatever was going on there. I searched the whole map before finding this little hole in the wall in the desert. I started placing foundations, but it was getting late, so I was going to get off before seeing that there were some other hidden bases very close by. They built in a cave, and a rather large one at that. With this discovery, I decided to stop building my base and log off in a hidden 1x1 and hope that nobody finds me before I get back on in the morning. And to my surprise, I logged back on and was still alive. It worked. Somehow, I have not been killed by some miracle. I immediately got to work on picking up my foundations and went to find somewhere else to build. Why are there just turrets out on the ground? I saw them too. Jeez. See, but I know that if I build up here, no matter how good of a defense I think I set up, it's never going to be good enough. And I'm going to get on later and it'll all be gone. Oh, this is so awkward. Oh my god. We need to heal this thing. So bad. After coming close to death twice, I returned to the desert and found this small cave with 2 entrances that I could build in. So I got to work right away. I spent a lot of time gathering resources until I realized that something that would make this 10 times easier would be a mantis, so I went out to tame one. That is 2 level 15s and then a 140. Okay, I think he stopped. Okay, nope, do not need the rocket launcher. Do not need rocket launcher, put that away. Now, can I very politely sneak up on you? I have bug repellent and your favorite food. Boom! Got it. You in the Pokeball, because your mantis friends are coming. Your mantis friends are coming very fast. With that tamed, I went back to my base and made it a saddle using the blueprint that I got from a drop earlier. With my new mantis, getting resources was easier than ever, and I was able to save up for an industrial forge pretty quickly. And with that done, I made some gates to block people from getting in, placed down some turrets, and then upgraded my base to be metal. And once all that was built, I made some turret towers to have extra defense. This is a trick I learned way back when I was really bad at PvP, and I still am. So we're still using it. Alright, this is going to be a turret tower, so that if they bust through those or try to fly over, they're getting shot at before they even make it to the house. With the turret towers done, I put a bunch of resources to craft for when I got back on because it was very late, and now all I could do was hope that I didn't get raided while I was gone.